Denny, how you doing, man?
You're a mean one, Mr. Daniel.
Flawless. Absolutely flawless.
Lewis, I've got a fucking song to sing, okay? You really are a prick. You're a contrarian piece of shit. You don't wash your armpit, Mr. Dan. Yo! There you go.
That's very different to the old Dr. Seuss books. It's much more sweary.
Yeah. I think it would have benefited with some swearing, if I'm honest.
The Dr. Seuss books?
Yeah. It's like the rhymes in The Crown. They could do that.
The rhymes in The Crown?
Yeah,
What?
you know the rhyming games, the limerick games that they play?
Oh, God, yeah.
It's like that.
In the first episode when he's struggling with his tie, yeah.
Yeah. That cams George VI down. Okay.
I suppose a limerick or a mind game or something, it is likely to calm you down, because it's distracting you from whatever nonsense you've got going on in front of you.
That's true, I suppose. Unless you can't think anything, then you get even more angry. So, your strategy has failed! But anyway...
God bloody damn it, Peter Townsend, I'm fucking furious now!
Oh, that was his name, wasn't it? Peter Townsend?
Yeah, the bloke who was doing limericks with George the whatever.
Sir? Eyes front.
Anyway,
chin up.
We've got something for the bullshit today. Would you like to bull my shit?
Well, before we do that, I believe when this goes out, it will be... Is it Christmas Eve this goes out?
Yeah, this is Christmas Eve, this one.
Well, I want to wish everyone that's listening a Merry Christmas for tomorrow. I hope you get everything that you want. It's been a hard year. And, yeah, love all around.
Indeed.
I've changed, Lewis.
You have indeed. Merry Christmas. I would also like to say Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you have an excellent Christmas dinner, if that's the thing you're doing. If you're not doing Christmas, then happy holidays.
Definitely. Okay, I'll spin the wheel.
Okay.
Worst...
The wheel has suddenly gone silent for me. Sorry, go on.
Oh, okay. Spin it again. No interruptions this time? Okay. What is the worst gift you've ever received?
Oh, God, I have a story and a half for this one. Right, strap in, Dan.
Okay.
Get your seatbelt. Click your seatbelt in. Get cozy. Put a cushion under your arse and get comfy cozy for this one. Okay, are your feet up? Are you cozy? You got a hot chocolate?
My feet are up. I've got a hot chocolate. I've spilt it, you bastard.
Now I'm even more angry, Peter Townsend. Fuck's sake. Right. When I was about 13 or 14 years old, I had been saying to my parents all year, Mum and Dad, I really want Minecraft. Because at the time it was really, really big, especially like in amongst my sort of circle of friends.
Yep.
And I was talking to my friends and they were like, oh yeah, we do this. And I was like, oh, I really want to play the game on my own or with them or whatever. I just really want to like get involved with the game. And you know, your parents do that thing in the run-up to Christmas where... You'll say, oh, I want a new bike, and they'll go, oh, well, we'll see what Santa brings. And the implication is that they've got it, but they aren't going to actually openly admit that to you because they want it to be a surprise on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
You feverishly rip open a present and see a bike. And you're like, oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on Christmas morning, my parents pointed at one of the presents that they had gotten me. They got me a couple, and they said, open that one last. I was thinking, ooh, what do we think that is? So I looked over at it, and it was about the size of like a sort of a video game case, like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a DVD case.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh, is that Minecraft? Have they got me Minecraft? Oh my god, they must have I've been saying it all year. They've got me Minecraft. They've definitely got me Minecraft. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I was really excited about it. I opened up all my other presents, and I was really sort of excited. I got to that final present, and I picked it up. And I said, have you got me Minecraft? And they went, oh, well, you know.
Oh,
and
no.
And it was Minecraft, the book. It was a book that my parents had picked up, which was Minecraft, the Player's Handbook. And it was things as how to craft a sword, how to fight creepers, etc., etc.,
Sorry.
And they did not get me the video game.
They got you... They got you the how to play manual, but they didn't get you the game to play. Wow. Jesus. Okay, wait, I know you wanted a bike, but we've got you an instruction manual of how to build a bike.
Oh, God. So, yeah, that's the worst present I've ever received.
God.
What do we think about that?
That is shocking. I mean, I thought it was going to be like a knockoff version of Minecraft or like something like that, which would have been fine. At first, I thought she was like they were going to give you like a pickaxe or something and just say, "Out you go into the garden."
Just go on, Lewis. We've got a weeding problem. We need you to dig up the top meter of soil and put it back down again. Is that all right?
Build a nether portal. Go on.
No, yeah, that's my terrible gift was Minecraft the book.
Jesus.
What's the worst present you've ever received, Dan?
I once got an opened packet of Post-it notes from
I see
from my auntie, and but it was funny thing is it was wrapped, and and I opened it, and I wasn't, you don't expect much from your auntie. It's probably going to be like one of these, wee kits or something like that. One of these,
or like a card with a fiver in it or something.
Yeah. So I opened it, and there was meant to be 3 packets of Post-it notes in this half-open thing, but there was one.
Right.
And I said, "Oh, thanks." And she was like, "Yeah, that's in case you have any negative thoughts. You can always write them down." So I was staring at these Post-it notes, and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And then my mum took me outside the room, and she was like, "Okay, you're gonna go in there. You're gonna go in there, and you're gonna write some thoughts to show that you're actually interested, and then you're gonna go up and you're gonna show that you've written some thoughts. Okay?" And I was like,
"Please, God, tell me you didn't write, 'This is a shit gift.'"
No, I didn't do anything like that. I argued for a bit, and then my mum was like, "Sorry, is that what?" I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that, and I was basically made to endorse the shit gift that I was given against my will. So yeah, it wasn't a very fun thing to do, sit and write negative thought, because it couldn't be for positive thoughts. It had to be for negative. That's what it was branded at.
Actually,
so
positive thoughts would have been more useful though, because the whole point of Post-it notes is that they have glue on the back. So if she'd have said, "This is for if you have positive thoughts or negative thoughts," and if you have a positive thought, you can write it on the pad and stick it to your wall, and if you have a negative thought, you can write it on the pad and burn it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That would have been better. It would have been better.
I hope she doesn't listen to this. Yeah. Hiya, if you are. It was a really shit gift. I'm sorry. I lied when I wrote. What worried me more is I figured out that I could write a lot of negative thoughts down. I was like, "If you don't get another one, if you get another post-it, I've ran out."
And she's like, "God, what the hell is wrong with this child?"
So yeah, there you go.
I'm trying to think of other crap Christmas gifts I've received. To be honest with you, I think the thing that gets me about Christmas gifts is you spend a lot of time looking forward to them, and I think that's what sort of makes it slightly more concerning, because it means that you have to, what's the word? You build up an expectation in your mind. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Of what the gift is going to be, and then you're like, oh, Christ, you're right there.
So
I'm not that funny. Fuck.
I just choked on my tea there. Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. I'm not cutting that.
It's all right. I'm
can
yet
stay
to choke
in.
on coffee. Like saying, I'm yet to choke on coffee on air, but I've done it at breakfast several times.
Yeah.
And accidentally snorted up some coffee, which is a horrible experience, let me tell you. But Christ, it wakes you up.
I know. Imagine drowning from drinking tea. That's that's the worst way to go, I think.
Yeah, that would be an atrocious way. I don't think it's the worst way to go.
What's the worst way to go?
I would say the worst way to go would be to watch all of your loved ones be tortured to death one by one, slowly and painfully, and then to be tortured to death yourself.
Fucking hell.
Exactly. But the thing you said about tea didn't make me go, fucking hell.
Wow, you've been thinking about that one, haven't you? Is that in case this ever goes south? It's a business transaction. Oh, I know what I'd do to you, you bastard. You Scottish bastard. No, I used to hate being given clothes for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Because
I know what you mean.
Because I would have to pretend that I cared about clothes. It's like I had so many clothes I didn't need anymore, and yet every year I was given fucking jumpers and that. I was like, I haven't got to opening the ones that I got last year. Why are you giving me more?
My parents were always kind of nailed it with t-shirts and jumpers and stuff.
Oh, it wasn't my parents. It was other relatives. It was like
was it not?
My gran and my aunties and whatever. My mum and dad were really good for gifts. You know.
No, it's sort of a strange tradition that we have in my family where for Christmas my dad will typically buy me a T-shirt that is a reference to something, but a reference suitably vague that an average person would not actually get it. But you have to be quite deeply knowledgeable about whatever it might be to actually understand the reference. For example, a couple of years ago he got me... have you ever watched the second Alien film?
Yes.
Aliens. Yeah, there's that bit where she has that little... what's her name? Sigourney Weaver has that little computer thing in her hand that's telling her that the aliens are coming close. And she's like, 5 meters, 4 meters, 3... They're in the ceiling, oh my god! And that's like the whole climax. But it's the display from that machine, like on my T-shirt.
Oh.
So it's like a very obscure reference that's hard to understand. Because even when you're looking at it, it's like, well, that could be from any film, any TV show.
Yeah.
But yeah, when my parents have always done quite well with obscure T-shirts that are also references to things.
Yeah. One year I wanted White House pens. I don't.
White House as in the...
Yeah, the
White US
House.
White House.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I wanted it. I just saw them on a television show and I thought they looked cool, so I asked if I could get some, and I was given 2 of them with a little notepad that said the White House on it.
I see.
So it's pretty obscure, but I still have them. Haven't used them once, but they're there.
I think sometimes those sort of because your parents, or at least I always found my parents would get me like the thing I asked for, which would typically be like, oh, I want whatever video game or these books or whatever it might be, and then they would also get me 1 or 2 other small things like a bar of chocolate and a pen or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And I find that those small things have the capacity to either be the thing that makes or breaks that Christmas. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because there's one thing I've had it on my desk since they gave it to me for Christmas, and it is genuinely one of the most useful things I own. It is called Quirky Cable Organizer or something. And it's like, you know, a toast rack that you have at like a breakfast table.
Yeah.
It's like one of those, but much, much, much smaller. It's sort of the size of the palm of my hand, or maybe a bit smaller. And it's got like a very heavy base, and it's made of silicon. So it sits on your desk, and then it doesn't slide around. And the idea is you thread cables through where the toast would go in a toast rack, and then that helps you organise the cables on your desk.
Oh.
It is indescribably useful. I use it every day, and I have done... since they bought it for me when I was about 14 years old or something. It is one of the most useful things I own. It is really good.
I'd imagine so, because cables are a bastard.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, I've had to... because, I mean, you won't have seen this. Nobody has seen this because it's a bit ugly, so I haven't put it on social media. But I installed a desk in this room. We had some wood, and I made a desk and put it in.
Have I seen it?
No, you have not seen the desk. It's a new desk since you've been here. But there's like a little set of drawers that the previous owners left, and I thought, oh, that would fit perfectly under the desk. So they've slid under the desk, and my laptop's on top of that. And then, like, I've got cables coming to and from and all that sort of stuff. But, like, I've got a little sort of hub of cables that I've just hurriedly shoved into the space where the bottom drawer in the set would be.
Yeah.
I've had to sort of wrench out the bottom drawer, which is now on a little table behind me. It contains, like, notebooks and crap. And then there's, like, a little, like a power extender type thing, and a little USB hub, and all the cables and crap for my microphone. It's all just hurriedly shoved under the desk because I don't have the time or the inclination to sit here and organise it and cable tie it up and all that sort of stuff. Because I know in 6 months or something I'll be like, oh, this system doesn't work anymore. So I'll just tear it all out, re-cable tie everything, and, you know.
It's like a spring clean. It's like you need.
It kind of is a bit like a spring clean, yeah.
When you need to hoover.
It's that thing that when you get like a program on your computer or something, or on your phone, that like an app that launches half a second too slow, and nobody would ever notice, but you notice because you do it every day. So like, Audacity's launching a tiny bit slower today. And then you launch the Spanish Inquisition that day to be like, what have I installed accidentally? What cable is now in a slightly different place than it was before?
That's
and
true.
you're like, you go through all your cables and all that nonsense, and so that's what I end up doing every 6 months. I'm like, can't open a new tab with this keyboard shortcut for some reason. That's very strange.
That's very true. I've done that myself. Yeah. Such, we're putting out such relatable content. Any other gifts to mention, or shall we?
Nothing springs to mind.
No, it's one of those, like, because people are generally okay at giving you gifts. You'd need to be a senior relative of mine to give me in bad, like post-it notes.
Chloe's quite a superb gift giver, I must say. For my birthday, which was less than a month ago, she got me. What was it now? I asked for like a pen that I really, really wanted for my 21st birthday, and you can't see this, but you can hear the click if you really want to.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. Yes, it's a very fancy pen. It was quite expensive, I believe, but it's a really, really gorgeous fountain pen. I use it every day. It's absolutely beautiful, and I absolutely adore it. And she also got me sort of a little something else as well, and it was like a box that I opened. Well, obviously it was a box. Most presents are a box, but like,
yeah.
It was this box, and I was like, oh, I didn't really ask for anything else, baby. I hope you haven't spent much money and all this sort of stuff. And I opened it, and it's like a desk tidy that's like a sort of a pen and pencil holder. I'm looking at it now, and it's the wrong trousers from Wallace and Gromit, the wrong trousers. But like
nice.
Without anybody in them, obviously. So like you just put your pens in where Wallace or Gromit would go, and it's just really good. I just really enjoy having it there on the desk.
That is actually really thoughtful, because
indeed
you really like the wrong trousers as well. So
I do. It's my favorite. It's probably my favorite short film, I would say.
Wow.
I don't watch many short films, but
yeah. So I've only seen one.
But it is really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I'm trying to think. It's one of the best gifts I think I've ever been given. I'm still recovering from the tea, as you can tell. You know when you choke and your voice gets like all that sort of horrible way.
Yeah. The worst one for me is when you choke on a drink and then it starts like leaking out of your nose. Do you know what I mean? That's the worst thing.
Jesus.
And you're like, God, what, am I really snotty? And then you touch it and it's like coffee, and you're like, that's even worse.
Oh man. No, I can't. Well, I'll maybe think of one for the Boxing Day podcast. Maybe I'll think of one for that.
I look forward to hearing about the best gift you've ever received on the Boxing Day podcast.
I mean,
I've high hopes.
Everyone else is like, it's not bad. He's got a couple of days to think it over. No, I've got about fucking less than half an hour to think it over. But in case you couldn't tell, we are doing How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I've had a fucking on and off battle with the fucking title of this film. I wrote The Grinch down, and then I saw, oh no, it's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And then I was like, oh no,
yes.
It's Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's like...
Because The Grinch is the Benedict Cumberbatch one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I haven't seen it. I hear it's...
I have seen it, yeah. It was on Netflix quite recently.
Is it alright?
It's okay. It's not great. It's not crap. It's okay.
Well, there you go. How the Grinch... Sorry. Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's like, what the fuck? Nobody does that. Nobody goes, Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight.
No, I mean, even if it's like Sid Meier's Civilization 5.
Yeah. Or,
which has his name on the front. Still.
F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. It's like, fucking hell. Taking the piss a wee bit. I suppose he didn't do that though, did he? He didn't have a say in that, or maybe that was in the contract, that every film you do of my work, my name, not even my first name, my title, and then my second name will be on the...
Was he actually like a doctor, or did he just adopt the title of doctor?
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
have to Google this. Dr. Seuss. He was an American children's author, political cartoonist, illustrator, poet... Alright, fine, whatever. The pen name Dr. Seuss. Okay. So it looks like he might not be an actual doctor.
Oh. Well, there you go.
It rhymes with voice. So, Seuss?
Is it not Seuss?
I think it is Seuss, yeah, but I think he had a German accent of some kind, because, yeah...
Seuss. Dr. Seuss.
His name is something or other Geisel. Geisel's most famous pen name is regularly pronounced... I hate it when it does that. Oh, for fuck's sake. When Wikipedia does that and it's just like some symbols.
Yeah, as if you're meant to know.
Yeah, an anglicized pronunciation of... inconsistent with his German surname. The standard German pronunciation is German pronunciation. Well, that's fucking useless, isn't it? Wow. He himself noted it rhymed with voice.
Sorry. Okay, so we are doing Dr. Seuss's...
Oh, there's a little poem here that might help. You're wrong of the deuce, and you shouldn't rejoice. If you're calling him Seuss, he pronounces it Seuss.
Dr. Seuss's...
Jesus Christ!
Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Okay, it was written by Jeffrey Price and Peter S. Seaman, and it was directed by Ron Howard and is starring Jim Carrey, Taylor Momsen, Christine... fucking hell, my writing is shit. Baranski, Jeffrey Tambor, Molly Shannon, and Anthony Hopkins.
It always makes me laugh when you read out these names, because I can never tell whether you're having trouble reading your writing or you just don't like these people. No, you just don't like these people. And you're like, Christine, oh, God.
Oh, Jesus. No, I don't, I'm sure they're nice people. Ironically, I was like, we need to move on from the name because we're just taking up too much time, and now we've moved on to another fucking odyssey.
Right, go on. Have you got an opening statement, Cocker?
I do. A truly fascinating character study of a being who, after heartbreak... fucking hell. Heartbreak... oh my God, I can't even read that. Heartbreak rejects the wishy-washy nonsense of forced joy and happiness, the very enemy of whimsy and sentiment, until he does a 180. Fuck's sake.
Why did I know your statements were going to be in some way denouncing the fact that the Grinch's heart grows 3 sizes?
Load of shite.
A heartfelt Christmas film, wherein it's an interesting character study of a man.
Can you not read yours
and
either?
Hates Christmas. It's because I looked away from mine. I was like, because I got like a notification. I was like, but sorry, go on. Right, have we got some CRQs? Any CRSs?
Yeah. Is it possible for Jim Carrey to underact?
Never seen him do anything serious. Did he do 500 Days of Summer? Is that what that was called?
I don't know.
With Kate Winslet, and he did some actual acting in that, didn't he?
Maybe he did.
500 Days of Summer. Nope, that's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, because they're so similar.
Jim Carrey. What film am I thinking about then?
I think I know the one you mean, but it was like the only serious... It's like when Steve Carell did that coach thing.
He did The Truman Show?
Yeah, but there was still some like a sort of lanky sort of going back and forth with his big teeth and all that.
Yeah, I fucking love The Truman Show. It's great.
It's a very good film. Don't get me wrong.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's what I was thinking
what
of.
A fucking pretentious title.
Incredibly pretentious. Yeah.
It's almost as pretentious as Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
No, Dr. Seuss.
Oh, fuck off.
No, seriously, that's how it's apparently, according to his Wikipedia page.
Okay, fine. Dr. Seuss. Right. Okay. Need to get over that. I mean, That'll annoy me now for the rest of the week. That I've.
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, it's like when a really forgettable author said that Voldemort's name was pronounced Voldemort or something like that.
Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah. Oh.
Fucking stupid.
It's a good job that...
it's a good job that author doesn't exist.
Yes, it is. Oy
vey. Is it people who decorate their house at Christmas and make it a competition are pricks?
Making it a competition is prickish, I will give you that. But I think decorating your house in general it can be quite nice.
Okay.
Do you disagree? Decorating the outside of your house is by default prickish.
I don't know. If I was walking past and I saw someone putting lights along their house, I'd just be like, probably a bit of a prick, aren't you?
I think, don't get me wrong, I think you can go too far. Like in the place my desk is my back is to the window, basically. So every now and then, as I sort of turn to look out the door of the room I'm in, because sometimes the cat will walk past and catch my eye or something, and then I see out of the corner of my eye the most garish set of Christmas lights I have ever seen, and it's utterly terrifying. It's there's a house over there. I mean, it's like the standard pentagon house shape, and right in the corner of my eye, I see this pentagon of flashing lights, and I'm like, what the fuck it's that house again. And every single day it gets me. I know it's there, but every single day it surprises me.
I just think it's a bit unnecessary. I mean, it's your house and all that, but it's like, fucking hell, do you need to force it down everyone else's throats? It's like, we get it, it's Christmas.
I think it might not be necessarily that you're forcing it down other people's throats. It might just be that you enjoy celebrating it, and you enjoy celebrating sort of out loud, as it were. It might be that you have like a string of rainbow Christmas lights or something, and you're like, oh, I'll just put them around here, and I'll do this, and I'll put a tree up, and you might just genuinely enjoy the celebration of the season.
I mean, but you're forgetting, Lewis, that I'm an incredibly unreasonable person. So I'm not gonna,
I did forget that.
It's like in Taxi Driver, like when Travis Bickle is staring at the glass of fizzy water, it's like only he could make that threatening. It's like that's the reason he's staring at it, because for whatever reason he just starts staring at it, and it's like, what the fuck are you looking at? And we get closer with this fizzy glass of water, and he's threatened by it. It's a bit like that. It's like joy, happiness. My instinct is just to sort of spit on it and run. Why is the Grinch called the Grinch?
Maybe it's like a title. So he's like the Grinch of Whoville, and he's in the same way you'd have the Queen of England. Maybe it's like a hereditary royal family style thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to be much reverence if he's part of a royal family.
Well, it might not be reverence. It might be that it's a hereditary title of people that just hate him and have hated his father and his father's father for time immemorial.
I mean, presumably, his parents called him that because they call him the Grinch. The two women who raised him, so they still call him the Grinch. So, did they name him that? They named their child
like the
Lion
Grinch?
King,
where it's like the Lion King. How before
but it's not even
Scar got the scar. It's his name's Taka or something, and it means rubbish or trash.
Yeah, but it's like not that. Even like Greenie or like Furry Green or something like that. It's literally the and then Grinch. It's like so. So it's almost as, it could be like an ornament. That sounds like almost like an ornament or something like that, or a thing.
It does a bit, doesn't it?
It's quite cruel.
And don't get me wrong, it's definitely fucking cruel. Christ.
Another question I have is, how the fuck does conception work in this world? Because on the one hand, the baby can look like your boss, but they just sort of float in from somewhere. Do they order them? Do they give pictures of people? I don't.
Maybe they maybe it's like an Amazon Prime system,
or like a 3D printer.
Maybe they have to, or a 3D printer of like human meat.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Fucking hell, you're... So they chop up people and just send that in.
I went down a bit of a rabbit hole with my CRQs. Because I do go down rabbit holes fairly often with assorted questions and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I very much went down one here. And the rabbit hole I went down was evolutionary biology.
All right.
Because
yep.
The Grinch, right? The Grinch is green and furry, which implies that he exists in a place that's cold for the fur, and that's why the fur evolved with time. But also, he's green, and the only reason that animals are the colour that they are is camouflage, really.
Yeah.
So, is he trying to camouflage against something green? Is that the evolutionary advantage of being green?
Yeah, but
is he meant to live in a cold forest?
Yeah, but evolution also has ancestors, and
right.
The Grinch is the only person in Whoville that looks like the Grinch.
Yes, that's very true as well.
There's no other. It's not like there's another person that just looks like the Grinch, or maybe a bit like the Grinch, and it's sort of evolved and evolved. It's literally just out of nowhere.
I can't remember what the two women who raised the Grinch looked like. Were they?
They weren't green. They weren't furry. They were just two Caucasian women with sort of small noses like everyone else in Whoville.
That is another thing that's got me, is the look of everybody else in Whoville. Is if we're presuming that these things have evolved, then the question is, everybody has such incredibly small chins, basically.
Yeah.
As in, they have sort of almost like an underbite, and they have incredibly small noses. Now, the only reason you have a small nose would be if you had big eyes, because either you're a predator animal or a prey animal, right?
Uh-huh.
And the Whos are of, like, human-level intelligence, so we can presume that they have, like, predator-level intelligence.
Yep.
So, their eyes, however, are sort of normal, and their noses are just very small. It's strange, because, like, for example, take, like, cats. Generally, they have sort of quite small noses, but massive, massive eyes if you look at tigers and lions and stuff,
yep.
Just to see as much as they possibly can. And then dogs have sort of normal eyes, but then incredibly well-developed noses.
That's true.
To sniff out prey and stuff that's anywhere nearby. So the point I'm slowly trying to reach is, in a hunter-gatherer society, what is the advantage of being evolved like a Who?
I don't know. Maybe.
Not being able to smell things? Is smelling things a disadvantage in this universe?
Maybe.
What's it? The HTGSC U.
I'm gonna have to assume that in this universe, evolution doesn't really play a huge part in the origins. What it seems like is that
is this like a creationist universe?
Probably. It seems like there's a cruel higher power at work that just creates a little green child, knowing that he'll be bullied and tormented for years, only to then climb into the mountains. And by the way, no one fucking goes to look for him. His parents don't go and look for him. He just suddenly has a lair that he just lives in with a dog that he finds. No one gives a fuck, and then everyone's afraid of him. It's like, so when was the point that they weren't afraid of him because he was a child? Yeah. And it's like, oh,
were they afraid of him as a child? Do you reckon? Was there like
no? They were laughing at him. They were like
sort of obscure hatred of him.
I think it's just, you know, what we're witnessing here is an incredibly shallow and xenophobic community drive out any little bit of difference, and they're the real villains of this film. They're just
maybe right.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm surprised you don't think that Christmas Spirit is the villain of this film.
I mean, it's close second. Every villain needs a minion. That's the minion of this terrible town.
Maybe what we aren't seeing is like a secret hidden layer of sort of scapegoating the Grinch, where like everything that goes wrong in the town, they're like, oh, the oil well has dried up.
Oh my God.
Because this is an oil digging community, I've just decided. The oil well has dried up. Oh, it's the bloody Grinch. That's his fault. Oh, the shop's about to close. Oh, it's the Grinch. It's his fault. Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, they're horrible, horrible people. and it's quite sad now that I'm thinking about it. The only time that they have any joy really in their lives is at Christmas, and then when they're not doing that, they prepare for Christmas, and all of their fears and hate are directed on this one individual that lives alone, and all he wants to do is just not have any noise and just wants to be left in peace, because that's the only solitude he has left after having everything else taken from. Does the Grinch have tinnitus?
He might.
We don't know. Oh, fucking arseholes.
That's a good point. This is a really sort of chilling cult-like society,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It's like everyone's happy.
What if Whoville is a cult?
Maybe it is. Maybe it's like
Who do they worship of the cult? Is it Christine Baranski? Santa.
Santa.
Yes.
That's it. And the Grinch doing the only responsible revolutionary political act that he can, decides to throw an axe to the system that's kept him down for so many years.
Yeah.
So
that's a good.
So this film is really about. This film is really about communism.
I bet you didn't expect to hear that hot take today on Shouting Into the Void. Yeah, how the Grinch Stole Christmas is actually about communism. Oh, right.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. No, it's a good film. It's happy and all that. And to be fair, see, look, forced happiness at Christmas, it really infuriates me.
I know what you mean, yeah.
It's like, if you're not happy, there's something wrong, and you're ruining it for everyone else. It's like, holy shit, just fucking leave me alone. Do you know what I mean? Just let me.
You might have had a very cult-like Christmas, Danny. Jesus Christ.
Oh no, I think it's a thing that a lot of people can relate to. It's like, if you're maybe not smiling every 20 minutes, it's like people, are you alright? Are you alright? What's going on? Do you know what I mean? And I'll give you an example. This year, I got my mum an advent calendar, and it was and it's 24 gins in a day, little small bottles of gin. She really liked that, and she got me a sort of DC one where it's like little ooshies of DC characters.
Yeah.
It was really nice, nice thing to do.
I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop now.
Oh yeah. And once I'd gifted my mum her advent calendar, I just, left her to it. It's hers to do with as she wishes.
Yeah.
But I my mum checked in with me every day, and to see if I'd opened it, and when I said no, I haven't, I'll do it later on. There was a few arguments that took place because I hadn't opened it in the time that she wanted me to, and I left her to do what she wanted. But no, little periodic check-ins were put in with mine. Have you not opened that yet? Have you not opened it yet? No, I haven't. I've been busy. I've been doing. Well, why not? I think that's a disgrace. So, are you? Is this you've been framed? Are you having a laugh? It's like, so it's like that. It's like this forcing of festivities. It's like you must engage in this in the way that I want. Otherwise, it's that annoys me greatly.
No, I can understand why that would annoy you. The forcing of festivities does annoy me. I think we in our family, and I'm very lucky to have married Chloe, who also thinks this way, but we've always been very sort of small Christmas minded in a strange way. Like on Christmas Day, Chloe and I are planning to stay in our pajamas all day and make macaroni cheese.
Amazing.
And we're not gonna. I mean, obviously it's COVID, but even if it wasn't, that's what we'd be doing.
Yeah.
We'd be out there. We wouldn't be out there being like, all right, let's have a big slap up Christmas dinner with everyone I know.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? I much prefer just like a sort of just me and Chloe and the cat. Might give the cat, I don't know, she can't have cheese because she's lactose intolerant, because cats are. I might give her some garlic bread or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know she can't have garlic. Okay. Might scratch her head.
Okay, I might give her cheese. I might give her garlic bread. Well, that's food ruled out for her. I'll scratch her head. You can't just give her a biscuit. No. It's cheese or garlic bread, one or the other. She'll get a wee clap. That's fun. No, but that sounds amazing. I'd love that. I'd love to just
precisely
fucking laze about and then have macaroni cheese instead of getting on your Christmas jumper, getting on your smart shoes. Your relatives come round that you really don't care about or like, but you have to pretend that you give a shit about what they're up to. Do you know what I mean?
No,
I really hope they don't listen to this because this is.
You're flaming all of your relations.
Listen to your podcast. Didn't know you felt that way. Well, I do, Sandra. Okay.
No, I know exactly what you mean. When I was younger and I was growing up, we used to have people over, not necessarily for Christmas, because my family's quite spread out around the country, but like maybe at a point over the Christmas period, we'd have like aunt and uncle and cousins and stuff, and they'd come over for a meal, or we'd go over there, or whatever it might be. And in our, at least on one side of the family anyway, because I've obviously always done drama, so I always had like a piece that I was preparing for my next drama exam.
Oh no.
And on one side of the family, they were both of my cousins played the guitar to quite a high level, and so it would be like a weird, almost a concert.
Yeah.
When the families got together, and it'd be just really weird because I'd be doing this dramatic like soliloquy or something, and everybody would be like, "Oh, I just don't give a shit, Lewis," and I'd be like, "Well, I don't give a shit either, but we've got to pretend we do because it's Christmas."
I know, what is that's the exact same thing. You're literally describing what happens in my house every single year. Like,
did you have to do like a drama piece?
Well, less so. I mean, like, I know a few like Rowan Atkinson monologues off by heart. Like when he did Rowan Atkinson live. I didn't do it for like any. I just liked learning it and I thought it was funny. And like, I did it once mistakenly for my extended family because they asked me to, and and then now every single year, even now, like I'm still asked. It's like, oh, do the Rowan Atkinson one.
I like that this person is pissed.
Oh, they are because they rightly don't give a shit when they're sober. It's like when the conversation's dried up and they realise how miserable they all are. Like, do the Rowan Atkinson one. Go on. It's like I
think I admire. I think for me, Christmas. If you consider Christmas to be just a holiday about sort of joy and laughter and giving and being kind, and then celebrate those things on your own terms, then I think Christmas is a wonderful occasion. But I think when you sort of like these Christmases we're describing of Zanny's do the Rowan Atkinson speech, when we're describing these things, that becomes much less enjoyable.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it'll be a welcome change this year because it'll be really quiet instead of like having 40 people in my house, like with fucking stuff on their faces. It's like
I know. Fucking 40 people in your house.
Oh, aye.
Christ, I mean that's quite dramatic. The only sort of point of comparison I've got is I've got quite a small family, so on Christmas Day we'd have. My nan and granddad, and then my nan on the other side.
Yeah.
And then me and my mother and my father, and that would be about it.
Yeah.
Really. That's God, 40 people in your house. 40 people. God.
And it's like, do you remember those? I don't mean do you remember as if you were there because we both weren't. But you know those like street fucking.
Street parties,
those
for the
street
coronation
parties with the big tables out with buffets on them and all that. It's like that. It's like everyone's round, and God forbid I go to my bed at 8:00. You know what I mean? Because I'm knackered after getting up at fucking 5 to open presents and look at clothes. It's like, where are you going? I'm tired. I'm gonna go to my bed. No, you're not. Get in here and start serving soup. So you taking the piss? Like,
Daniel, you'd better serve some fucking soup.
Everyone's been eating since 3:00, okay? We've had 4 courses and now you want to give out soup?
Oh, God. I have to say, I think that's... fucking soup! No, I think that's something I do enjoy about Christmas is because both me and my wife love cooking, we love eating. So I enjoy the cooking process, and I enjoy then sitting down to eat a 3-course meal that I've made.
Yeah.
But I do think if you're in a situation where you hate cooking Christmas dinner, why put yourself through that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is the point of Christmas dinner is to sit round and be with the family members that you love, or be with friends that you love, or whatever it might be. So why force yourself to go through all that incredible stress?
It almost feels as if like a show's been put on.
Yes,
It's like,
yes.
like Come Dine With Me or something. It's like nobody's this engaged in it as you are. It's like just you in the kitchen going off your nut because like we've ran out a prawn cocktail that no one really ate, and it's like, oh, I just see like when I eventually like get a house of my own, there will be none of this shite. There will be none of this.
No, to be honest with you, mate, I'm in my own house and I don't want any of that.
No,
it's
why would you?
You know, obviously I don't because there's a fucking pandemic. But also, even like I just don't feel the urge to. I would much rather just be open and honest with my family and say, look, I love you all very dearly, but Christ, I don't want 40 people in my house.
No,
I just don't want that to happen. It'll stress me out.
Yep.
It'll stress the cat out. It'll stress everybody in the house out.
Yep.
Why would I want that to happen?
Exactly. And it's like, oh, we'll do it yours this year. No, you won't. Are you joking? You'll be barred. The doors will be locked. The windows bolted. I'll buy a German Shepherd as a guard dog just to keep you out.
Oh God. Speaking of guard dogs, this is I believe I've mentioned Blue the dog before on the podcast.
Yes, you have.
Blue the dog is a Staffordshire Bull Terrier because I'm from Staffordshire, so it's like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Blue the dog was originally bought as a guard dog, but I have never once in my life heard him bark. He's the most sweet-natured dog. So perhaps you'd buy a German Shepherd as a guard dog. Then it'd just be like lying on its back in the hallway, like accepting belly rubs from your family members. Then also pounding at the door like, Danny, let us in! I can smell the turkey!
I've got sick! just a
super big part of your Christmas day.
Fucking pot of cold soup. I've got sip here! Needs to be put in the boil!
Oh God, it's a super big part of your Christmas day. Is that why you keep mentioning it?
It is at the end of the day. It's like,
why?
Really, I'm talking really late at night. Soup is put on, like lentil soup, and like about a million bits of bread are cut up. The place is an absolute mess.
Fucking awful.
It's horrible.
Yes,
it's just dreadful.
What we've always done with in my family at the very least with Christmas dinner is we've always had the dinner, which has been like when we were back when I was a kid, it was usually some sort of vegetarian substitute for turkey, so like a soy roast thing.
Yeah.
And it'd be that with some potatoes and veg and gravy and all that sort of stuff. And then it sort of, for a couple of years, we went to the curry house, like round the corner from where we were, and we did that for Christmas dinner, or we had like chili for Christmas dinner or whatever it was. But now what we usually do is we'll have that main meal, which nowadays is just a feast of Italian food, because I love to cook Italian food and I love to eat it.
Yeah.
It would be that main feast, followed by several desserts throughout the rest of the day. So immediately after sort of Christmas dinner, they're like, oh, well, does anybody want some cheesecake? I'm like, oh, yes, I would like some cheesecake. So then I'd have like a little white chocolate cheesecake, and they'd be like, oh, that's lovely, yeah. Then an hour or so later, does anybody want some panettone? Oh, I would love panettone, yeah. Then a couple of hours later, does anybody want cheese and crackers? Does anybody want for coffee? Does anybody want some mulled wine? And it just goes on and on and on. But at the end of the day, Chloe is looking at me like, do not feed me any more food.
Do you want some trifle? Anyone want some trifle? It's like, you never have trifle at any other time during the year, and yet it's fucking copious amounts of it are brought out at Christmas. As if there's like a storage.
Oh God!
Oh, I tell you one year, right? So, my mum's a Catholic. She's not a practicing one, but she still, has faith and all that, and she's got a wee sort of Catholic ornament. She's got a wee nativity scene that she always takes out. It's a pride and joy sort of thing. And it's
does she put that next to the soup every Christmas?
No.
What soup? Sorry, I've just got this image of like a little sort of 6 or 7-year-old you in like a little smart Sunday best Christmas outfit, just
handing out
like,
soup.
What soup have we got this year, Mum? What soup have we got? She's like,
lentil.
This year it's cream of mushroom.
No. It's always lentil. Always.
Is it always lentil?
Always lentil.
Christ, why are you going to subject yourself to mid-afternoon soup when you don't really want it?
No, it's not mid-afternoon. It's not mid-afternoon soup. We're talking
evening soup.
We're talking at like 10 o'clock at night. Soup is being given out in little cups. It's like, go on, get yourself some soup. Go on, that'll calm you down. Go on. What? What do you mean calm you down? It's like we're not fucking. Everyone's pissed and they're drinking soup and all that. It's like, it's ridiculous.
And also, why is it in tiny, tiny cups? We have a cupboard full of bowls.
I know. It's like, I don't know why. It's like, go on. When you've done that, scoop another wee one. It's lovely. Have another one. And like, she'll scoop one and she'll just give it out to people. She just gives it. Oh, it's mental. It's like a soup kitchen. But but yeah. So she's got this wee nativity scene, and there's everything's sort of stuck down. And there's this little figurine of the baby Jesus, and
right.
I could tell that she was going to be stressed because everything needs to be organised and everything needs to be done the night before the cooking started weeks in advance. So
sorry, I hate to interrupt your story because I know it's going to be a good one, but that's what always gets me about Christmas fucking dinner. When the night before, your mum is like feverishly peeling potatoes, and you're like, Mum, fucking chill out. It's like, it's 2 bags of potatoes. It's not the end of the world. Jesus.
2 bags? I fucking 4 bags of potato. Like,
wait, but this is 40 people at your house.
Yeah.
Then like 6 at mine.
Yeah, but so up the stairs in my room, I have a statue of Satan.
Of course you do.
That he's holding a book, and I thought, this could be quite funny. So when my mum was in the toilet, I took Satan downstairs and put him right next to the nativity scene, and took the baby Jesus from his crib and put him in the arms of Satan, and I just sort of left it there. And I
waited for her to notice.
Yeah, I waited for her to notice it, and she came back in. She didn't look at it, and I was like, all right, okay. And this is in the middle of Christmas Day now. Everyone's here, and she still hadn't noticed. She still hadn't seen it. And a few other people had noticed, and I could see that they were looking at it. Sort of squinted eyes. They were like, what's that? But they wouldn't say anything because I don't think they really knew what to say or what was going on. And and then, one of my cousins was like, I like that statue, and my mum was like, what statue? Oh my god. She swore, but then she was like, oh my fuck, and then she went, oh my god, to correct herself in front of everyone. She was like, oh my fuck, oh my god, and like she took this Satan statue. It's like, she knew immediately that it was me. Just immediately, she just looked at it. It was like, I don't know if you've ever seen Lord of the Rings. It's like when Frodo puts the ring on, like the Eye of Sauron just fucking double takes and just knows immediately where he is. Just look. And she was like, get outside, get the fuck outside right now. And I went outside. She's like, you ever pull that again, you'll be fucking meeting Satan, okay? So, I mean,
we always had a very secular Christmas in our house, so I can't quite relate quite as that. But in the spirit of Christmas rebellion, the closest I've ever come was we used to have these little statues that we'd place around at Christmas as like little ornaments, and they were sort of made out of ceramic, and there was like a little train and a little stocking and a little Santa and a little snowman and all that sort of stuff, but they were hinged sort of halfway down the length of them.
Yeah. So
you'd open them and they were hollow in the inside. And nobody seemed to actually know why this was the case, but I took advantage of it every fucking year when I was a kid. I would open up the little snowman or the Santa or the whoever, and I would stuff him full of like Celebrations or Roses or Quality Street or whatever we were having, and then I would close it again. And I would do this while my parents were in the shower or cooking or doing whatever it was they were doing, while there was nobody around to see me, basically.
Yeah.
And then after Christmas dinner was over, everybody was a bit tipsy, everybody was full. I'd wait until an opportune moment, and I would secrete the little snowman or something away from prying eyes, and I would open it and scarf down like 10 roses in a row. Oh, that's better. And I would secrete it back again and feel really sick for half an hour. Then when that feeling of sickness dissipated, I'd be like, right, where's the fucking train? Where's that little train? Where's it going? And I'd like hunt down the train and secrete it away and get my little chocolates out, and that's how I would spend Christmas afternoon as a child.
That is a good way to spend. You're feeling sick? Here, have some soup. Have a wee cup of soup. Have a wee cup of soup.
Oh God, I kind of want to experience Christmas at the Kerr house.
No, you don't.
No, I mean I don't. But also at the same level, I want to experience these soups because this is legendary to some degree now.
See, now that I think about it, you'd probably be all right because you're a guest. It's like the members of the house that get, and there's this weird sort of colour fascism that takes place. The only colours that are allowed in the tree are purple and silver.
Oh, right, okay.
That's
an odd choice.
Yeah, it's because the downstairs in our house is like purple and silver, so it has to match. It's like, then you just begin to question, what's the fucking point in having a tree then if you're just going to make it the same as it is all the time? But and every year I try and put like a red bauble on and hope that she doesn't know, and then she notices immediately. It's like, what is this? What is this? It's like, I think you know what it is. It's like,
the thought of saying that to your mother, you know what that is, bitch.
You're not getting a cup of soup this year, okay? As if, oh no.
Daniel, listen to me, Daniel. This is the first year that I'm doing soup and it's not lentil. This year it's cream of mushroom and you're not getting any.
No, do you know what would happen if that happened? If it was like minestrone or something, she would be the herald of doom, like all the way through. This is going to be shite. I can just tell. I can feel it. It's going to be terrible. Everyone will love it. Everyone will be like, oh, that's delicious. That's delicious. And then after it's all done, it's like, oh, it went really well. Everyone loved the soup. Are you joking? Everyone was fucking mortified. Did you see their faces? Oh my God, it was dreadful. Never again. Never again. Back to lentil. Back to lentil. It's like that's genuinely what would happen. It's I mean, it's good to talk about, but it's not good. It's not good to experience.
No, I know entirely what you mean. It's we take a much more hands-off, relaxed approach to Christmas in this house.
Lucky.
Of like, I mean, if the food's crap, then I'll just make some really good mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
If that's what happens, I don't mind eating a big plate of mashed potatoes. That's fine.
I mean,
and like all of our decorations and stuff, especially is where we take the sort of laid-back approach. Like we're sort of a secular household. We don't really do the whole Jesus thing. But sorry, I feel we should refer to church as the whole Jesus thing. I think that's hilarious. But also,
no, I want that. I want to look put up.
So we have little Santas and stuff everywhere. But we also, the only thing we do big is the tree. The tree goes up, and we just got like these big sacks of baubles, and they go up on the tree. It's like, yeah, great.
Yeah.
But it's just do it quickly, and then however it ends up, it stays like that. Mm-hmm. Doesn't really matter where they are. Just make it happen, and then it's pretty enough. And it's because you doing it with fun, I think, is what matters more than making it perfect to some absurd criteria.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, to be fair, it's like, because my mum and dad are split up, and it's like it's weird because I say mum and dad, and I'm talking about my mum and Ian, as you know, and it's better over here than it is over there, to be honest, when it comes to even more radical, even more like regimented over on the other side. It's like there was an argument one year because like the angel couldn't be found to be put at the top of the tree, and we were going to put a star on instead. It's like, no, it has always been an angel, and it will always be an angel. It's like, fuck, does it really fucking matter? It's so stupid.
There was both angels and stars at the nativity, so
yeah.
Does it matter which of them you really go for?
No, it's because like, apparently angels watch over you or something like that.
Oh, of course. Why did I forget that?
Yeah, they don't do it, no. They just fucking...
You trip over and spill your lentil soup over yourself. And they'll go, dickhead! That's all you're getting from them.
No, if that happened in this house, there would be a quarantine set up. There would be red tape everywhere. Excuse me, everyone. Excuse me. We've had a wee accident. It's okay. I'm at hand. It's all right.
Oh, Lord.
No, so it'll be quieter. Monopoly has been banned in this house as well.
Has it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I mean, threats of physical violence. The last time we played Monopoly in this house, I'm being serious. It was that bad. It's like, oh, you owe me a hotel. You fucking open your mouth again, pal.
No, yeah, we take it would seem I take a almost radically laid back approach to Christmas.
My mum's just reaching her hand in. Here, have a wee soup. Calm down.
I'm sorry, the soup thing is fucking hilarious. He's got this image of your mum with like a slow cooker or an instant pot or something, just sat in the corner of the kitchen, and it just mysteriously never empties of soup.
Waiting for things to kick off.
Weeks in advance. It's just someone sneezes. And she's like, was that a shape? It's just like got a little bowl of little soup. Here, you have a soup that I can't be... Oh, it was just a sneeze. Oh, okay.
Have a wee soup, bit of pepper in it. Wee soup. Oh, man.
For fuck's sake.
God, we've not really talked about the Grinch, but the Grinch's horrible situation has brought on this wave of trauma. Years of soup.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Right, I think we've run over the time a bit. So let's end it here, and we'll see you on Boxing Day.
Yeah. Do you have a closing statement?
I do. It's that maybe the Grinch's Christmas would have been better if he'd have had a little cup of lentils. Maybe that would have improved the Grinch's Christmas somewhat.
Cut off the last 20 minutes of the film. Perfect.
Oh, God.
There you go. Should we do some shilling?
Yeah, go on. Do some shilling.
Do some shilling. That'll calm us down. Have a wee soup. I'm on Instagram at O'Hiram. I'm on Facebook at Daniel K Actor. I'm on Twitter at Kerzo2000. What are you on, Lewis?
I'm on Instagram at Lewis_Brindley. I'm on Twitter at LewisBrindley4. And I am on Facebook at Lewis Brindley. And also, the show is on Facebook. How crazy is that? It's not even a real thing, and it's got a Facebook page called Shouting Into the Void, which, as you might imagine, is also the name of the show and the Facebook page, which is very clever. So go on, have a like and a share and a follow and a look and a comment, maybe. I don't know. Have a look. See what you can do.
Definitely. We're on Podomatic. We're also on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We have a YouTube channel. We're on Deezer. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on Amazon Podcasts. We have a PayPal donate button, so anything you can spare, anything at all, would be greatly appreciated. We have Patreon, and we want to thank our wonderful, wonderful patrons. Chloe.
Thank you.
Darius.
Thank you.
Sophie.
Thank you.
Peter.
Thank you.
Aditya.
Thank you.
Richard.
Thank you.
And Natalie.
We haven't really, established how long the Bebe Bears have to go on for. As in, after how many weeks of their patronage do we stop the Bebe Bears and go to a thank you?
I think 2 weeks.
Okay. Maybe I'll have a nice cup of soup and I'll figure it out then.
But yeah, thank you, everyone. You make this possible, and it's really encouraging, the support that you give us, so thanks so much.
Indeed it is, yeah. Because we're at the end of 2020 now, and we've had a good, successful year with the podcast, and it just means the world that not only do you listen every week, but also you support us on Patreon. So thank you very, very much.
It definitely does. We also have merch on Teespring and Redbubble. It'll be Christmas Eve, but you can always get something for New Year.
Indeed you can.
We'll start selling little cups of soup, little frozen cups of lentil soup. We sell tote bags, we sell jumpers, we sell mugs, we sell all sorts of stuff. So go have a look, see what tickles your fancy. Even if you're not going to buy it, and just have a look. You know, have a wee browse. Nothing wrong with a wee browse.
Especially with a cup of soup.
It's not even the brand cup of soup. It's literally just a small plastic cup of homemade soup It's like given out regardless of the situation or the tension. And they have a wee sip. That'll calm me down. Oh man. But and last but certainly not least, we are partnered with a fantastic company called Number 12 Crochet Avenue, and Lewis has got some wonderful things to say about them, all of which are true.
Indeed I do. Number 12 Crochet Avenue is a company run by my amazing wife, where she crochets amazing things and does amazing things at the same time, which are included but not limited to drinking a wee soup while she crochets. The crochet that she does is absolutely beautiful, and it's definitely worth going and checking it out. She's at Number 12 Crochet Avenue on Instagram, so go and take a look at that. It would mean the world to me and to Danny and to my wife and to the cat and to everybody else in the world too. So go and take a look.
It certainly would. Well, that was the Grinch, and among other things. The next episode that we're doing will be out on Boxing Day, won't it?
It will indeed.
And it is A Muppet's Christmas Carol.
The greatest film ever made.
Okay.
Bold statement, but I'm going for it. The greatest film ever made.
Well, you'll have an opportunity to explain why you're wrong. But as you know, it's Christmas Eve right now, and we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, and hope that your Christmas day is not as chaotic or as oppressive as mine. Lay back,
if you have
relax,
the option to have a small
have some
glass
macaroni
of lentil
cheese.
soup.
You know, do what Lewis is doing. Lewis is doing it the right way. Don't listen to me and my twisted tales.
Indeed. If you do have a cup of soup on Christmas Day, please take a photo of it and send it to us on social media or tag us or something.
Please do.
Because I would absolutely love to see it.
Please
I
do.
would absolutely love to see it.
Yep. I'm not traumatised enough, so please do. Yeah.
Yes, have a very Merry Christmas, and we will see you on Boxing Day.
Yes. Enjoy. Goodbye.
Bye.